Why girls are attracted to toxic men. The psychology behind the dangerous allure. Why do so many smart, strong, and beautiful girls fall for men who treat them badly? It's a question that has puzzled friends, families, and even the girls themselves. On the surface, it makes no sense. Why would anyone choose pain over peace? Yet time and again, many women find themselves drawn to toxic men, the charming manipulators, the emotionally unavailable heartbreakers, the bad boys who promise excitement but leave behind scars. The truth is, attraction isn't always logical. It's psychological, emotional, and sometimes deeply rooted in past experiences. Let's break down why this happens. On the bad boy charm. Excitement over stability. One of the strongest reasons girls get pulled toward toxic men is the bad boy charm. Toxic men usually carry themselves with an air of confidence, boldness, and unpredictability that feels magnetic. Unlike the safe guy, who plays by the rules and offers stability, the toxic man thrives on chaos and risk. And for many women, that unpredictability creates a powerful adrenaline rush. When a toxic man showers attention, it feels overwhelming, like fireworks. But when he withdraws, the silence feels unbearable. This constant back and forth creates emotional highs and lows that mimic the thrill of a roller coaster. And just like a ride at an amusement park, it's scary but addictive. Stability may feel secure, but chaos feels alive. The toxic man makes every interaction feel like a story, full of passion, drama, and intensity. The problem is that girls often mistake toxic behaviors for signs of love. Possessiveness can feel like deep passion. Jealousy can be misread as proof of care. Controlling behavior can be mistaken for strong protection. In reality, these are red flags, not love. But in the moment, the rush of intensity overshadows the calm of healthy affection. 2. Childhood patterns and unresolved trauma. Psychologists often refer to this as repetition compulsion, a subconscious drive where people are drawn to relationships that mirror their earliest emotional experiences, even if those experiences were painful. If a girl grew up in a home where love was inconsistent, perhaps her father was absent, emotionally cold, controlling, or affectionate only sometimes, her young mind began to associate love with instability. This becomes her blueprint for what love looks and feels like. So later in life, when she meets a toxic man who is charming one moment and distant the next, her subconscious doesn't register it as danger. It registers it as familiar. And what feels familiar often feels safe, even when it's destructive. A girl with an emotionally unavailable father may chase emotionally unavailable men, trying to earn the love she never received. A girl with a controlling parent may see dominance as normal, even comforting. A girl who grew up in chaotic family dynamics may mistake drama for passion because calmness feels foreign. In other words, childhood wounds quietly shape adult choices. Toxic love feels like home, even if that home was filled with pain. That's why breaking this cycle is so difficult. It requires unlearning the deep-rooted belief that love must involve suffering. 3. The I can fix him illusion. Many women carry a natural instinct to nurture and heal. When they encounter a man who appears broken, whether through emotional wounds, anger issues, or self-destructive habits, they don't just see his flaws, they see his potential. This creates what psychologists call a savior complex. In this mindset, she believes, if I love him enough, he'll change. My care will heal his pain. No one else understands him like I do. This illusion convinces women to pour their entire energy into fixing a toxic partner. They forgive repeated mistakes, justify bad behavior, and sacrifice their own mental and emotional well-being, believing that one day their patience will be rewarded with transformation. But here's the harsh truth. Toxic men rarely change because they don't want to. They thrive on the attention and energy being given to them, taking more without giving back. Instead of becoming better, many toxic men grow worse because they realize someone will always clean up their mess, absorb their anger, and excuse their actions. In the end, the woman doesn't heal him. She only ends up wounded herself. What started as an act of love becomes a cycle of self-destruction. The reality is, love cannot replace therapy, devotion cannot erase toxic patterns, and no amount of sacrifice can fix someone who doesn't want to be fixed. 4. Manipulation and gaslighting. One of the most powerful tools toxic men use to keep women trapped is manipulation, and at the center of this manipulation is gaslighting. At first, a toxic man often starts with love bombing, showering her with attention, compliments, and affection. He makes her feel like she's the most important person in the world. This stage is intoxicating. It creates trust, attachment, and a sense of emotional dependence. But soon, the cycle shifts. He begins to pull away, criticize, or withhold affection. When she questions his behavior, he uses gaslighting to twist reality, saying things like, "You're overreacting. You're imagining things. If you really loved me, you wouldn't think that way." Over time, she begins to doubt her own thoughts and feelings. She starts believing the problem isn't him, it's her. This confusion weakens her self-esteem, making it harder for her to walk away. The toxic man controls the narrative. He turns arguments into proof that she's the problem. He isolates her from friends and family, so she relies only on him. He mixes moments of cruelty with moments of tenderness, creating an addictive push and pull dynamic. This emotional roller coaster is what psychologists compare to an addiction cycle. The pain keeps her hooked because every small moment of affection feels like relief after suffering. In short, manipulation and gaslighting create a psychological prison. The woman feels trapped, constantly chasing the man's approval, not realizing that the walls around her were built by his lies. 5. The social media and pop culture affect society often romanticizes toxic love without even realizing it. From blockbuster movies to trending TikTok clips, the image of the bad boy is portrayed as thrilling, passionate, and irresistible, while the good guy is painted as boring, predictable, or weak. Think about the stories we consume. Movies glorify the rebel who breaks rules, the mysterious man with a dark past, or the controlling lover who's just too passionate. Popular songs often celebrate jealousy, heartbreak, and obsession as proof of real love. On social media, toxic behaviors like possessiveness, ignoring messages to create tension, or extreme jealousy are sometimes packaged as relationship goals. For young women who grow up surrounded by this narrative, the line between romance and toxicity becomes blurred. Drama starts to look like passion. Control looks like protection. Even pain is mistaken for depth. Social media also adds another dangerous layer. The highlight reel effect. Couples post their best moments online, making toxic relationships look glamorous. The fights, tears, and heartbreak stay hidden, while the expensive gifts, surprise trips, and makeup moments are showcased. This creates the illusion that toxicity equals intensity, and intensity equals love. In reality, these portrayals fuel unrealistic expectations and normalize unhealthy behavior. They create a culture where girls unconsciously chase chaos because it seems more romantic than peace. The truth is, healthy love rarely trends because it's quiet, consistent, and stable. Toxic love goes viral because it's dramatic, unpredictable, and explosive. And in today's world, drama often feels more attractive than peace. 6. Low self-worth and fear of loneliness. Another powerful reason many girls stay attracted to toxic men lies in their own self-perception. When self-worth is low, it becomes difficult to believe they deserve genuine love, respect, and stability. Instead, they accept whatever attention is given, no matter how unhealthy, because deep down they feel they can't get better. Toxic men prey on this insecurity. They know exactly how to give just enough affection to keep her hooked, withdraw love at key moments to create dependence, make her believe she should be grateful for his presence, even when he mistreats her. For someone with low confidence, even inconsistent affection feels like a gift. She starts thinking, at least he loves me sometimes. Maybe this is the best I can get. If I leave, what if I never find anyone else? This mindset is tied directly to the fear of loneliness. The thought of being single, judged by society, or starting over feels scarier than enduring a toxic relationship. So she stays, choosing pain over emptiness.